Annyeonghaseyo! Welcome to Afternoona Delight, where Leah, Megan, and Amy, romance novelists, and your K-romance guides. So grab some dekboki and listen to your new favorite unnies.
Hey, everybody.
Hello.
It's Leah and Megan, and not Amy, unfortunately.
No, she's on a cruise.
A real cruise.
Yeah, a real ship. We got pictures, so we know. She sent us a beautiful sunset picture. Wasn't that a sunset?
Yeah, it was.
Or sunrise?
It could be a sunrise.
I actually don't remember, but it was beautiful.
It was beautiful.
And so was Amy.
And Megan and I are together
in person.
And we are excited. We're also laying, we're laying on our backs on a bed in New York. It's really loud in the room because the air conditioning's going and I don't know what's coming through the wall. Like, we're next door to the Ed Sullivan Theater where they film Colbert, which isn't filming tonight because it's Saturday.
Right. I don't know what's going on down there,
but there's a lot of cheering and clapping coming through the wall.
So I'm sorry. I hope we can clean up the sound better in post edits. We'll see.
But if not, this is Raw Dog in it.
This is what you get.
And we haven't been drinking.
No, it might sound like it, but believe it or not, we have not. Maybe we're just high on the fumes of New York.
Our own supply.
The New York cabs.
So, okay, let's just recap what happened here. Right. So I had a trip to New York that I put together for a couple of reasons. I wanted to mix business and pleasure. And my girls have never been to the East Coast. Their brother got to go to Australia to the Great Barrier Reef to visit his grandparents. And so I was like, I wanted them to get to do something fun for the summer. And I had a couple of work things I wanted to do. I wanted to meet my editor for my book that's coming out. I needed to connect with my agent. So I was like, let's just put it all together. I'll come out. I'll bring them. And then Megan was like, I live in the rough neighborhood.
Well, I was like, so you're going to New York? Well, I'm a very quick train ride away from New York. Can I come crash your New York vacation? And Leah's like, absolutely. At least that's what she said. I hope that's what. No, I'm just kidding. And so I was like, sweet. So I crashed her New York vacation,
and we are staying fortuitous. Well, we planned to stay in the same hotel.
Yeah,
we fortuitously got rooms literally across the hall from each other. So our kids are together right now in the other hotel room.
Yeah. So we hope that they're behaving. I think they are.
Yeah,
I think they are. They're probably very tired because let me tell you, New York is exhausting.
I think we walked 22,000 steps today.
I checked; it was 23,000 on my watch. Yeah, like it was funny because Leah was saying, like before we were recording, she was like what you post on Instagram is such like a
romanticized view of what happened.
Yeah, like it's just like the cute pictures, and it doesn't show us, Leah said, on like a death march in the rain with our children. Well, for 15 months.
So the thing is that like, honestly, I'm finding the subway sometimes is a blessing. And sometimes it's honestly just feels like it does feel like Hell's Kitchen itself.
It feels like the center. It feels like the center of the earth.
Yeah. And I mean, I appreciate it. It has its charm.
Right.
Poppy has delighted in looking at the rat.
Yeah, she was very excited to see rats.
Yeah, my daughter
is also.
Yeah, my daughter keeps being like, I saw another one.
Yeah, they love the big ass New York rats.
But tonight I was like, look, we walked past the subway station that we were going to come back on, and I was just like, screw it. And Megan was like, I kind of really want to take the subway, and I was like, well, we're just gonna walk now.
Yeah, and I was like, you know what? And Leah was like, should we pound it out? We pounded out, and I was like, yeah, let's pound it out, and we did. We did pounded it out in the rain.
It wasn't raining when we decided to pound it out,
and like I agree. Like I didn't feel like making the effort. The subway is an effort. it's less effort sometimes to just like blindly walk.
Yeah. It's like, let's just go. Let's just go.
And our kids were good because we bought them
so much sugar.
Giant cotton can, like you've probably seen on social media, like TikTok or Instagram, the like big ass cotton candy things that are like in the shape of like, I don't know, any kind of character.
Like my friend Totoro or Pikachu or.
Yeah. That's basically what we did.
BTS line friends.
Yeah. So my daughter got Piglet. And what did Poppy get?
And then Poppy and Bronte got Chimmy, like the Jimin character from BP21.
Right.
So they essentially ate Jimin's alter ego.
And it was gross how much cotton candy. And honestly, it was disgusting how much cotton candy it was. Like, so much.
Megan's daughter like hit max and was like, I can't do it anymore. So my 13-year-old had 2 in hand.
She was double fisting.
And was just like raw. Raw dog is the word of the year.
It is.
But she was just like, oh, and she was like, I'm just gonna do it. And she did.
Yeah. And look, we went to Koreatown twice in New York because we love it there. We had amazing Korean barbecue last night. Leah and I had makgeolli, so like the rice wine, like that, that milky looking rice wine you see in K-dramas. It's delicious. It was especially good with a hell of a lot of grilled meat.
Yeah, we had 4 different kinds of meat. We went into a food coma.
We did. It was, and then we got Tangulu. Yeah. The kids were obsessed. We had to get it again tonight.
That's why we ended up back in Koreatown tonight, was because the kids wanted Tangulu so bad. We ended up going back, and then because we're fun parents. And no one's here to stop us.
And no one's here to say no.
We were like, yes, you can also get giant cotton candy.
The moms were on the loose today. Yeah. So it's been good. It has. We've had a really nice time. It's just, any sort of like city vacation is just, it's a lot of walking for sure.
Yeah. And rowing.
That's another thing. So we decided, well, I really want to do the swan boats, and so did our kids, but they don't have the swan boat, or at least not.
Whatever happened, we went to a kiosk in Central Park, and there were rowboats.
Right.
And Megan said, what about the swan boats? And he said, that's in another park. And I was like,
yeah, but like what park?
I'm not sure, but I also don't care to like.
Yeah, we're not walking that far.
Yeah.
We don't know where that is.
And my phone was already dying, and it was 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
So.
Leah's phone died super early today.
And my battery pack for my phone died too. So the whole thing was dead. So I was like, I can't contradict this person.
Right.
So we were like, yes, we'll get in these rowboats.
And so we get in the rowboat.
Families separate.
Yeah. So Leah and her 2 children, and me with my 2 children. So we were in separate boats. And we found out very quickly in our boat that something was like up with the one oar. Like it was not on the boat properly. So no matter what we did, we kind of just spun in a circle. It was like all 3 of us tried. It was like me, my son, who's 13. So he's like fully capable. And actually my daughter too. We were all so frustrated, and pretty much it was a kind of breezy in a nice way, but the breeze just kept blowing us like, and
so he didn't know this though. So we were the asshole boat that just took off rowing like we were on a crew team. And we were like, well, what are they doing?
You were freaking booking it.
I was like, I don't understand.
And then soon Leah was just out of sight. And my daughter's like, can we follow them? And I was like, honey, if we follow them, I don't think we can get back. Like, I was like, they're going to have to call in a rescue team to tow our freaking rowboat. So I said, you can't.
God, we were literally singing.
They were on the other side of the lake.
Songs. Like, off and going.
Meanwhile, we were like in World War III in our boat, just trying to survive.
But we completely left them.
It's okay.
Completely left them. And we kept going, being like, well, they must, like, I bet they're going to be around the corner any minute. 40 minutes later, I was like, I don't know where they are.
So bad.
So, yeah, we finally called.
Yeah.
And they were already out in the boat, just standing there.
We were like, because well, then Hazel was like, can we just float? And I was like, no, because if we float and the current takes us somewhere weird, I can't get this boat out, like, because you physically couldn't row properly. You know what I mean? I mean, think about it. We're in the middle of Central Park and we couldn't row properly. Oh my God. Anyway, it's fine.
It was just funny because I was just like,
Yeah.
I just thought they were having like their own little good time, not realizing that they were in a crisis because we didn't wait to
I know.
just were like,
it's okay.
yeah.
I would have just taken off too.
Basically, I had the drums going like boom, boom, boom. Yeah, we're like rowing.
They did take off.
So yeah, so that was really fun.
Mm-hmm.
We went to the Met. That was amazing.
Yeah. There was a small Korean exhibit. I wish it was bigger, but of course, I'm sure they've had plenty of Korean exhibits.
Yeah, it was small, but I'd say it was like small but mighty. It was really well curated.
Yeah.
And a really great mix of medium style. Yeah, it was lovely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was. Well, I mean, the entire I've never been to the Met.
Neither have I.
Yeah, and I was really impressed. It's freaking massive. I just did not realize how big it was.
Yeah.
The amount of things in there is just crazy. So that was we had a really nice time. The kids were good too. So
yeah. And you know, there is no child that's not going to be enthralled or adult by Egyptian sarcophagi.
Right. Oh yeah, our kids were super into that. And I have to admit those were amazing. I didn't realize they had so many there.
Yeah, so many.
Like I was like,
kind of too many, maybe.
Yeah, I was like, do you want to share?
But yeah. So yeah, that was all. It's been great. We did have a real big inconvenience yesterday, thanks to Joe Biden.
Oh, yeah, anyway, thanks, Joe.
Yeah. So we were trying to go to the Stonewall Inn because it's also Pride weekend. And I wanted to show, not just me, Megan and I wanted to show the kids Stonewall.
Yeah.
And just kind of talk about like the history of Pride. So we're walking along in Greenwich Village, and all of a sudden we're just like, God damn, like what is up with all the like there's cops everywhere.
Yeah, like roads are shut down.
And yeah, roads start shutting down.
And Leah goes, she like looks at it and she's like, God, I mean, what is the president here? Like,
yeah. And then I walked up to a cop and was like, what is this? And she goes, it's the president. Funny enough.
Like really love the president.
And so I don't know what. So I just thought it was a motorcade, and I was like,
Same.
okay.
Same.
And I was like, this also feels like a lot of infrastructure for a freaking motorcade. Like, yeah. But you know, I don't know. It's New York. I haven't really seen that many motorcades in my life, you know. So I was like, I guess whatever. So we kind of stand around for about 5 minutes, and finally it was like, look, I don't know. This isn't going anywhere.
Right.
So we kind of like walk around the barricade to some police, and we were like, we just want to go like a block behind you that's barricaded. And they were like, well, you can't really get through. I'm like, yeah, we're not trying to get through because where the Stonewall was, like, I was like, we just are going to look at that and then we'll come back up.
Right.
I didn't get into it with them though. I just was like, we just need to get in here and go, like, I don't know. I tried to make it kind of sound like maybe we like kind of lived there, or like, we belonged there in some way.
Totally New Yorkers.
And the guy just was like, whatever. Like, probably should not have, in hindsight to what happened.
We're not telling you his badge number.
Yeah.
I'm not getting him in trouble.
Yeah, but he was just kind of like, yeah, okay. Like he was confused because there were a lot of children and two parents. And I seemed I was very like, we really do need to get over here.
Very important.
Yeah. So we walk around the corner, and as we're going, it's just like more and more security apparatus and infrastructure.
We started to get a little worried at that point.
Well, yeah, there's just a lot of cops, a lot of Secret Service, and it began to be clear that there was like an event happening. There were like festival tents.
Yeah.
And so it was like, oh, this isn't like a motorcade. This is like a destination.
Mm-hmm.
So then we see Stonewall Inn, and it's kind of like hidden behind a bunch of, I mean, it's not hidden. It's just like there's a lot of infrastructure between us and the.
Yeah, there were like tents and trucks.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't even see it.
So I was like, we're going to climb up on this like wrought iron fence and at least like get some pictures and like try to like lift up kids to see it.
This guy comes over.
And the Secret Service guy comes over with like his earpiece, and he's like, ma'am, you can't be, like, you got to get down. And I was like, I do not care about the president. I am here for the history. And he was basically like, that may be true.
Yeah, he's like, okay, I hear you, but you still can't do that. And so he told us, he's basically like, okay, go back to where you came from. So we're like, okay, we're not getting it. So and also like, we're not fighting with Secret Service. So we turn around and we go back, and all of a sudden we look up, and there's a actual sniper on a roof with
a very big gun.
A massive gun. Like
on a tripod,
like a rocket launcher. It was,
it was like a bazooka.
It was not a rocket launcher, but it was very big. And I look up and I see him, and I'm like,
and Megan was like, Leah, we gotta go.
I was like, Leah, we really shouldn't be here. We really gotta go. So,
and then my daughter's like, wait, I want to take a picture. I was like, yeah, I just don't think that's a great idea.
Not take a picture of the rocket launcher.
So, I mean, we're not going to get into like the nuts and bolts of like politics tonight, but I'm just going to say that like we felt very inconvenienced by Joe Biden.
Like, come on,
personally inconvenienced.
Just want to take a picture of Stonewall.
Yeah.
So yeah,
thanks a lot.
Thanks, Joe.
Yeah.
Anyway. So, but it was yeah, we'll have to come back another time and see it. But it's been a good trip.
It has. It's been great to meet Megan's kids.
Yes, it's been great to meet Leah's kids. It's very weird because I feel like I've heard so much about them that it doesn't feel like I'm meeting strangers.
Yeah, I definitely don't, but her kids definitely feel like I am a stranger. But I'm like, oh, I've heard many a story about you.
Right. Like the kids are like, oh, I don't know you, but I'm like, oh, but I know you.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so weird.
So that's been really fun though.
Yeah, it's been a good
time. And we'll see what the day brings tomorrow. We'll brainstorm and figure out some fun. Megan and her gang go back tomorrow night. We have one more night after that. And then we're heading over to the great state of Michigan, which Megan's son was like, why would anyone?
I know. I was like, well, let's not denigrate Michigan. Michigan's fine.
Michigan's great.
I was like, we're going back to Pennsylvania. Like, yeah, we're just going home then.
Yeah. So to bring it to K-drama. So this is going to be part of a podcast that I'm editing, and I'm kicking off, I think, this new section. I'm kicking it off.
Okay.
And so because summer is such kind of a busy time for us, we have, it's difficult to plan, and we really do like consistency. Like we truly have, when I go back, we've put out a podcast every week except for 1 week.
Yep.
Since we started in February 2021.
Yeah, we don't do like, nothing's wrong with doing seasons. I know a lot of podcasts do like seasons.
We just haven't.
Yeah, we just are like, no, we're just going to keep doing it.
And just like I'm on this new thing of walking 10,000 steps a day, which isn't not joyful, but I do it. The pod is joyful, but I was like, we just do it. Like, this is what we do.
Yeah, we just keep doing it.
And so we decided that because summer can be busy and like a little convoluted with organizing things, that we were going to try something new this summer. And we were going to do 3 weeks of rogue episodes is how we're branding them, where each host will lead a rogue and be in charge of kind of producing the content, coming up with what they're going to do. And it's going to be kind of like a solo host effort. They might bring in a guest. Mm-hmm. Tonight I have Megan that I brought in.
You're so lazy.
I'm lazy. So I'm kicking off the rogue.
Yeah.
But this just felt like too good of an opportunity to see Megan in person and record something in person, because the only other time we've done this was when it was D-Day in Oakland.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that was fun. That was when the 3 of us were together.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And that's been like the only time we've been together.
Right.
So for now, we're just going to kind of have like some generalist, what are we watching or about to watch? And also we thought it would be fun to talk about like, what are we what's one thing we're looking forward to for the rest of this year?
Yeah. So I'll start off with what I'm planning on watching, which will not start.
My throat is dry.
To interrupt. I know mine is too. We are probably dehydrated. Okay. I wish I could have absorbed the rain into my skin like a lizard.
Oh my God. Me too.
Anyway, so 2 things that I'm very excited about. First is His Man 3. So that is a reality dating show among gay men in Korea. I absolutely loved His Man too. Like I was obsessed with it. It's just a really wholesome show. And there's no weird gimmicks. At least I don't know if they have any new rules for season 3, but for the most part, it's not a super gimmicky show. It's basically like these men live in a house together and they go out on dates and they meet each other.
How do they pick? How do they pick the dates? And like, how do they pick who keeps?
So a lot of times it's based on the men. The men are kind of picking. So the only way it's like sometimes a game is like for season 2, sometimes they would have note cards on like the like kind of like living room table. And sometimes it was like the first guy who woke up would go down and he'd pick up the first card and it would be like, okay, you're allowed to ask whoever you want on a date. And then he'd like have to go do it because he had to like before anyone else. But like that wasn't gamey. Do you know what I mean?
What happens if somebody just doesn't get picked ever? Did that happen?
No, because a lot of times it'll like they'll just end up pairing off, even if they're not like interested in each other. They'll often still like, yeah, just because sometimes they just get left over in a way if they're not. But
do they go out? Like, where do they go out?
Yeah, and so this is cute because they go out on these little dates and they get to do like they do like cute stuff. So they go to cafes. They like the one time they went to a cafe and made dream catchers, which I realize is problematic, but it's a craft.
Okay.
Or they made bracelets or things like that. So they'll often go and do an activity. Oh, the one time they did roller skating, which was very funny because the one guy could not roller skate and they kept falling. Another time they went to this place where they did like a foot bath together, which is apparently like, you know, kind of like a romantic thing. So they do, and there's always food and drinks. Like there's always good eats, you know, stuff like that, which I always love. And last season, one of the like end game dates, like the really good date was they went glamping, basically.
Oh, okay.
Like they went to this like camping area and even like got into a like camper together, and it was very, very romantic. I know it doesn't sound like it, but it was
spicy.
It was, yeah. Well, that one was a little spicy, and that's the couple that's still together, and they were my favorite. So anyway, I'm really looking forward to His Man 3. It's on iQIYI. I think it just started, so not all the episodes are out yet. It's not usually very long. Like, it's usually like 9 episodes. That's it. And if you aren't sure if you're gonna like His Man 3, check out. I didn't see His Man 1, but I'm sure it's very good. I will say His Man 2 was where the show really took off, and got a lot of new fans. So check it out. And then I also want to start My Sweet Mobster because I've heard a lot of good things about it. And I'm just kind of in the mood for a drama like that. Something that's like sweet and fun. And the male lead, I have liked him for a long time, and I'm happy to see him in a role like this. So, and I heard the gangsters in it are kind of like a funny bunch. And yeah, I'm just kind of in the mood for it. So I think those are the two right now that I plan on starting soon.
So I God, I like really am dying. I have city poisoning.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. I really like cities. So I have had an extraordinarily busy couple of weeks, like probably some of the busiest work and professional time I've ever had. So when people are like, I don't know how you have time to watch K-drama. Look, I just didn't and truly didn't. I was working usually until 12:30 at night, like falling asleep on my computer kind of thing, not thriving. So I'm back to Midnight Romance and the Hugwon, which I love. And I will talk more about that and pot about it because I hope I'm unreasonable about it because I love it so much. And I'm rarely like this with dramas that I almost had an impulse to stop because I was like, I don't want to see anything bad happen to
me. I actually really get that feeling. I do. It's where you're like, if they fuck this up, it's gonna break my
Well, and I
heart.
just don't even want to see them suffer. I don't even want to see
right.
like the conflict point.
Right. I
I
totally
just
get it.
want them to be happy
Right.
and in love with nothing bad happening.
Right.
I want
don't
no
wanna,
stakes.
yeah,
No stakes.
don't give me a third act breakup. Don't give me a misunderstanding.
Don't give me anything. I don't need them to stretch and grow. I just want them to like be cute and happy.
No growth needed.
No, just be happy and like make out and like get it on.
I love it.
And I mean, that's where I'm at. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to know. I don't want to see it.
I know.
But we are going to talk about another one that we're excited about, which is Red Swan. And this is dropping. By the time this comes out, it'll have already dropped.
It's that early, July 3rd. Oh, shit. I'm excited.
So, okay. Let's get into. So the reason I'm excited about it is it's the first really like bodyguardish trope that we've had that I feel like, I mean, I'm begging. All I want,
we've been begging for this forever. I mean,
and this is
an idol.
This isn't perfect. This isn't perfect.
It's not exactly what we've been asking for, but it's, you know what,
it's in the ballpark. It's in the ballpark.
Yeah.
So the plot synopsis by Asian Wiki staff is that we have Won Soo, played by Kim Ha-nul, who has reached the top of her sport as a golf player. Dreaming of a perfect life within the upper class, she marries the successor of the Huang group. Now, Won Soo works as the chairperson for a foundation and has gained worldwide fame through her charity work. Here's where it gets good. Mm-hmm. She has Do Yoon, played by Rain, who Rain is
Rain is everything.
Yeah.
A very great idol. And if you don't believe us, check out Rainism. Mm-hmm. I know, but Rain spelled Rain and then ism. Check it out. Check out the song.
So Rain plays the new bodyguard.
Woohoo!
Do Yoon has graduated from the police university and excels in martial arts because, of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't he?
And he joins the Huang group's security team for a specific reason, which we don't know.
No.
And through her bodyguard, Won Soo faces a secret of the Huang family. So we don't know what the big secret is. We just know there's a hot bodyguard.
And look, this is what got my attention is if you look at the trailer on YouTube, the like thumbnail is Rain holding the heroine with his head thrown back, and there's like a flaming car behind him. Like he's carrying her to safety from a flaming car. Like, hello? Okay. That catches my eye.
Yeah.
Like, yes. Thank you. Flaming car, carrying the heroine to safety, saving the day. That is what I want in a bodyguard romance. Okay. Like, like the epic moment in the movie Bodyguard where Kevin Costner carries Whitney Houston. That's what I want. Give me a carry.
Yeah, we do. We really want, and I want it all. Like, I want the tropiest. I want it cishet. I want it queer. I want it the tropiest. I want it angsty. I just want this story like 9 different ways.
Constant bodyguards. You give us 1 million doctors and lawyers. Where are the bodyguards?
I really, really, really want a bodyguard.
Oh my God, we want it so bad.
So yeah. And then I'm going to make a pitch for something that I feel like is more like your wheelhouse.
I know. That's why I was really surprised because this is.
But it caught my eye. So this, and even there's no reason it should give me happiness vibes because it's nothing like happiness. I got like a little happiness vibe from it. So this is a Korean Netflix disaster movie. Mm-hmm. So I don't really love disasters.
I know you don't.
I don't really like movies.
Yeah, this is weird for you.
But I don't care. So
it's a good cast.
Yeah, and look, a good concept is gonna like make me curious. Yeah. Could this be another Silent C? Maybe. Let's hope not. So it's called The Great Flood, and it filmed in 2022, wrapped in 2023, and has been in post-production for over a year. Mm-hmm. And the stars of it are really, really compelling.
Yeah.
This is a good pairing. So it's Itaewon Class's Kim Da-mi, also in Our Beloved Summer.
Mhm.
And then the hero is Squid Game's Park Hae-soo, also in Prison Playbook, among many other things.
Yep.
And so what is the plot? Again, sourcing it from Asian Wiki, a great flood has hit planet Earth. People, including the leads I just spoke of, struggle to survive in their apartment building, which is sinking into the water. One is an AI development researcher, and the other belongs to a human resource security team who is trying to save her from disaster. Why is the big mystery, and who's behind it? Another big mystery.
I love that. I like that. I like that there's like a who's behind it. I don't know, but I'm willing to find out. And Park Hae-soo in this role, I mean, delicious. I like it already.
He is beautiful. And, you know, so is she, honestly. This is just like a
I love Kim Da-mi.
sexy sandwich.
Yeah.
And I just like the stakes of, I don't know what it, so I guess what it connects to with Happiness for me that I liked in Happiness was, I think I really like a compelling forced proximity trope where you're just really stuck together. And so with Happiness being stuck in kind of like the Seoul high rise with the zombie outbreak, I just really enjoyed that, like moving up and down in the building, but you kind of can't go beyond this area. And then there's like all the barriers and perimeters. I like that. And All of Us Are Dead. Like this is what's working with me with zombies lately.
Yeah.
And with this having like the flood aspect and you can't get out. And I haven't seen like a really good, like Noah's Arky big fuck off flood. I don't know. I mean, like I'm kind of into whatever this is.
We should talk, you know, maybe one day we should do a podcast on that type of forced proximity that is like in an enclosed space where there's also like
someone's knocking at the door. 1 second. We have some children interrupting and making it hobbling.
What's up, honey? Oh, it's really cold. Okay.
Oh, can you not just get under a blanket?
Yeah, ask Stain to get under his blanket or grab
that blanket right there at the foot of the bed.
right here.
Yeah. Just bring it back so we don't get in trouble for losing it. Okay, we're almost done.
Okay. Yeah, we're almost done.
Can we just make sure she gets back across?
Yes.
Okay. So we had a little interruption because there was a teeny weeny door knock. And it
really was the lightest door knock known to man. She's like, boop, 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 boop.
It was my 8-year-old. And she was like, I'm really cold.
I know.
I need a jacket.
The way we jack down the temperatures in this. But anyway, what I was going to say is like the forced proximity of, I think there's a difference between forced proximity, like you're forcing the leads to be together, like work on a project.
Yeah, great.
But then there's the forced proximity of the actual space. But what I like about the forced proximity of, say, Happiness is that apartment building was like its own ecosystem. Like there were different places to go. There were places to hide. It wasn't like being snowed in like a cabin. I like the forced proximity when there's like other people involved. And so there's antagonists that are there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I think it's the intent because like you can't do a whole series snowed in. Correct. It would be like a scene.
Correct.
And that's a good scene. Like I love that. Like Boys Over Flowers, for example, has a great snowed in scene.
Right.
However, yeah, to make it be like the catalyst for an entire series, or in this case, a movie, yeah, you do want it to be that ecosystem like you're talking about.
And I love that. I really, really do, which means this makes me very interested to see what they do with it. And I love the cast. I mean, I haven't seen Park Hae-soo in anything in a while, and I miss him.
And I haven't seen Dummy in anything either in a little bit. So anyway, this is, I think, a case too of there are not a ton of actors that I feel like are like auto watch for me. Like I kind of do tend to look at the story and see if I'm interested. Like I won't just necessarily always watch someone.
Yeah.
But these two really, I think, add like this combination plus the concept was like kind of like a no brainer for me.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. I hope it comes out soon. And I know we haven't always had the best track record with movies. And that's why I'm like, oh, please, like Give me another like Parasite.
I know movies are. It is funny how movies have become a tougher sell for me.
I feel like I'm just so now used to like the longer format, and like
Yeah,
that's what I want then.
and I want to settle into it. Although,
Yeah.
like, it does surprise me when a movie, like, since you just said Parasite, like, you can see when a movie does its job so well that
Right.
the shorter length is okay.
Mm-hmm.
But it is funny because even at home now, like, I used to be such a movie junkie,
Mm-hmm.
and it's rare now that I'm like want to see a movie because I'm always wanting to see shows.
Me too. And I pick apart movies more than I used to, which is frustrating. Like my writer brain and like my K-drama, like I pick apart movies in a way that I wish I could just like sit and watch them. So maybe that's why, but
Maybe we're just going through our cycle.
yeah, I mean, maybe I'll get back into
Yeah.
them in a little bit, but I have high hopes for this one. I really do, just because the cast is so good, you
Yeah.
know? I
Totally.
mean, Kim Da-mi, she picks good stuff, so.
Yeah, that's the other thing is it's nice when you have people that you trust, like generally what they pick. Like since I'm thinking of her and like Our Beloved Summer, Choi Shik also is somebody who I'm like, if they're in something, I generally am like, yes, that's going to be good.
Oh, and I love him as a bad guy.
I just love him.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's so good.
yeah, we need more. When is he? I'm gonna look him up really
Yeah,
fast. I'm gonna.
what are you doing next?
Yeah, what
Well, he just did that, The Killer Paradox.
Yeah, which I still need
I
to
know, I can see it.
see. I don't know why. I don't know why I ended up falling off of that. I was gonna watch it and then didn't. Okay, let's see. Mellow movie.
Mellow movie. What's that about?
Okay, you ready? I'm gonna sell it to you.
Okay.
Mellow movie is
Okay.
even if hardship. This is from my drama list, so apologies in advance.
Mm-hmm.
Even if hardship and misfortune always accompany life, the youths who have walked with their middle finger raised now seek someone to lean on wholeheartedly, wanting a person to rely on as if they were to fall. I don't even understand
No,
what
I
that
don't
means.
understand what that says.
Dreaming of becoming a film director one day, Kim Woo-bin, Kim Moo-bee, an assistant director, wants to follow in her father's footsteps, who worked as a filming crew member. After entering the film industry, she quietly honed her skills, not drawing attention to herself in the eyes of others. On the other hand, Ko Gyum rose from being a supporting actor to becoming a film critic. He meets Moo-bee on the set of an interview film, eventually starting their own love story. That sounds... Honestly, I think that sounds kind of good.
I don't know. I was a little bored by that, but then I'm always bored by that. Park Bo Young.
Yeah.
Okay.
Park Bo Young is, I mean, I think Park Bo Young is always good to me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, I think it'll be good, honestly.
Okay.
I trust. So this is it. This is me trusting.
Oh, she was in Concrete Utopia too, which I still want you to see. Okay. All right. Let's.
So this is a TBA, to be announced when this is coming out.
Okay.
And the title for that right now is Mellow Movie. So I don't know. I think it could be cute.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm willing to try Choi Woo-shik. Anything he does. Oh, Kim Jae-wook.
Kim Jae-wook is in it too.
What?
He's a main role.
He'd better be a main role. No one puts Jae-wook in the corner.
And then we have Lee Jun Young. He's
he was in
Mask Girl.
Wait, go up. What else was he in? Because he looks familiar.
Yeah, I'm going. It's Mask Girl, DP, and DP2. Backstreet Rookie. But you watched Mask Girl.
Yeah, maybe that's what I saw him in, because he looks really familiar.
So, yeah, he's cute.
Mm-hmm. He is good.
So lots, I mean, actually not lots, but some things to look at. I feel like, honestly, for me, if I can be straight, like there is new things I'm excited about like, that I talked about tonight, but I am feeling called to go back and watch things that I have not seen.
I know.
And so things like The Red Sleeve, One Spring Night. Yeah. Is there anything that's like older, quote unquote? Because I mean, none of this is very old, but anything you feel like you miss that you do want to circle back and like scoop up?
Mm, I don't know. I can't think of anything right now. I mean, I know there is, but I just can't think of something off the top of my head that I want to go back and see. No.
Yeah, I have Under the Queen's Umbrella. I mean, there's a lot of historicals that I have not watched that I would like to check out.
Yeah.
I do want to see things like Another Miss O and Oh My Venus.
Oh yeah. Oh, you know what? I do want to see. I actually we just met. I do want to see Killer Paradox with Che Wishay.
Oh
I
yeah.
haven't watched that yet. I do want to see that, but I think I'm just in the mood for something light.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe because it's like summer.
Yeah.
You know,
see that.
I just want something light, and I think that's why I either want to check out that reality show, or like My Sweet Mobster, or just something, I don't know,
Yeah.
romantic and sweet.
Some fun things.
Yeah. So there, we'll see what happens. I'll let you know what I think after I start it. But if you are listening, please check out some of the His Man shows because
I think I need to watch. I think I'll like it.
They're really delightful. It's really sweet. They do this thing where like there's this phone booth. So every night you choose who you want to call. And it's not even like necessarily like sometimes it's not even necessarily who you want to date, but sometimes they just call each other to be like, hey, you're really there for me today. Thanks for helping me out. Like they form friendships. And I think that's what I love so much about it too, especially in a conservative country. They're forming bonds. Mm-hmm. And I just adore it. So
well, it is Pride in New York.
Oh yeah, that too.
So happy Pride. This is belated happy Pride. And my closeout segue is just a funny story. That was our closeout story for tonight, kind of before we start recording, which was we got to the hotel bedraggled.
We did.
Really bedraggled.
We are smelly. Like I'm serious, like we smelled. We were wet. So wet smell.
Just wet
human smell. And I don't like it.
And also just kind of like the city was all over us.
Oh yeah. Reeked like the city. I reeked like exhaust fumes.
Yeah. Like it felt like we'd walked, 8 to 9 miles, like, I don't know, a long time with a lot of kids, a lot of hand holding too, because we're like shepherding the kids along. Yeah. So anyway, we get in the hotel and we're trying to like get some water together to get into the elevator. And Megan's son was done. Like, I cannot stress how done he was. So he was already in the elevator, standing there with, like, just holding the door open, waiting for us.
Glaring at us to get in.
But a couple had gotten in, unfortunately for them.
I feel bad.
And
they were dressed. They were a beautiful Instagram couple.
Very attractive couple.
Wearing incredible clothes.
Yeah. Eastern European, just gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
Impeccably dressed, not one drop of rain or sweat or city
where they came from, like, but they look great.
It's just like they'd been in the city, how like you would Instagram people in the city.
Yeah.
And so they had entered the elevator and were there with our 4 bedraggled children.
Our disgusting, dirty, wet.
We're kind of like on the verge of losing it because Megan and I were trying to like get waters to like get into the elevator. And so you see the man kind of be like annoyed because like they're holding the elevator door open.
Right.
So he was basically like, I'm out.
And these people are gross.
Yeah. So he's like, I'm out. And the woman he was with like orders him, they're not speaking English. She orders him kind of back into the elevator, basically like, stop it. Don't be this little baby. Get in the elevator. It was very clear.
They're just people.
Yeah. It was very clear like how the dynamic was working.
Yeah.
She was like, you need to stop being a little man baby and get in this elevator. Yeah. We're just going to go up to our floor. Mm-hmm. And Megan and I are like trying to rush in, like, sorry. Yeah. So we all get in. The elevator door is shut. And I think she instantly regrets. Instantly regret.
She could not have plastered herself
Further.
corner any harder. I felt because she was probably like, I don't want these people to touch my clothes. And
Yeah.
I don't blame her.
I don't
You know
want
what? I didn't want to touch myself. I don't blame her. She was standing as far away in this tiny elevator as possible in her clearly nice, expensive clothes because we were disgusting. They got off. You could tell they were still polite, and we apologized. We're like, we're sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
We smell,
We're not our best.
I do think they understood what we said, and they were like, "Oh, it's okay." And I was like, "Have a good night." And the door closed, and Leah and I just look at each other, and we just start cracking up because we look at each other. Leah's face. I mean, I think she had like water dripping off her nose. I mean, it was like
I had mascara running down my cheek.
Yeah, like
I was flushed.
Yeah, we looked bad.
Yeah,
and,
it looked like I had just like rolled in some like rat.
Which maybe we did. I don't know. But, you know, God bless those people.
Megan's children had just dirt up their legs. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know why my son was just dirty. So,
and these are not little children.
No.
Like, they're not like toddlers.
No, Dean's like 13.
His legs were just filled.
We're like, go shower. How are you this dirty? Oh, it was so gross. It was, and so I felt bad. I hope those two.
No, we looked
really
like a plague. We looked like a plague family.
Oh my God, we look like rats in our pockets.
Yeah, they were like happy pride.
So bad.
God.
Oh, those poor people. But anyway, but we're fine. We're clean now.
Yeah, I took a shower immediately when I got into the room.
Yeah, we're good to go. So thank you for listening to our story.
Yeah, but this is really fun, and we do miss Amy.
We do.
And we cannot wait for the time when we can all record together.
I know. And thank you for having me as a guest. And thank you for letting me.
You're my special guest.
And thank you for letting me crash your family vacation.
Oh, yeah, of course. Anytime.
It was really fun.
Crash away.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. All right. Well, Anya.
Kamsahamnida. Thank you for listening to Afternoona Delight. Where can you find us outside the pod? Head on over to afternoonadelight.com. That's AFTERNOONADELIGHT.com. You'll find links to all our social media, our book recs, K-pop and K-skincare recs, and if you want even more Afternoona Delight, because really who doesn't, you can join our Patreon, where you can choose the patron level that's right for you. Join in daily K-drama conversations, listen to bonus podcast episodes just for patrons, and participate in our monthly live K-drama support group via Zoom. We can't wait for you to be a part of the community. Until next time, annyeong!